Today, I'm going to tell you something that you already know, that you're mad. We all are mad in some or the other way. I'm mad, you're mad, the person on the right to you, on the left to you, behind you, in front of you, everywhere. We are all mad in some or the other way. Before we confront our madness and see how we can put that madness to some rest, listen to this one incident. There were 3 people, a Cuban, a Russian, and an alien. They were in a train, going somewhere, sitting on one bench. The Cuban, he pulled out a cigar from his pocket, lighted it up, took a puff, offered it to the passengers that were sitting in front of him. They all, out of politeness, refused. So he took the cigar, threw it out of the window. Everyone got mad. They said, "Hey, are you mad? Why are you throwing such an expensive cigar out of the window?" The Cuban said, "We have a lot of them in Cuba. They're dirt cheap, so it's okay." Everyone said, "Okay, fine." A few minutes later, the Russian, he pulled out a bottle of vodka out of his bag, poured himself a shot, drank a shot, offered a shot to other people. Again, all of the passengers, they refused out of politeness. So he took the whole bottle of vodka, threw it out of the window. Again, everyone got mad. They said, "Why are you throwing such an expensive bottle out of the window?" He said, "Yeah, we have lots of vodka in Russia. It's dirt cheap." This third alien, he was trying to observe what is happening, how these humans are behaving. So he made an understanding, he pulled off his mask, took the peaceful part of his brain out, threw it out of the window, and said, "Yes, now I'm also mad. We are all mad." Somewhat, we are also like this. Because everyone is mad, we also took the peaceful part out of our mind, out of our being, and threw it out, and we are here all mad in this world. Lesser or more, we are all mad. Why don't we realize it? If it was the case that one or a few people are mad, everyone else is sane, everyone else is fine, then you could recognize that I'm mad or somebody else is mad. That would be a possibility. But when everyone is mad, what to do? If you look at even the definition of what is mad from science, science says to be mad is to be abnormal. There's no objective definition of what is madness, who's mad. It's just relative. If you are abnormal, then you're mad. But when everybody is mad, what is the reference point? How do you judge whether you are mad or not mad? What is this madness that I'm talking about? I think you all know, somewhere deep down, we all know what is this madness. If you just observe your own mind for a few minutes, observe your thoughts, observe your emotions, observe yourself honestly, and really reflect on it honestly, you will see that we are all somewhat mad. In spiritual terms, you would say that when you are not rooted in the truth, when you are disconnected from life, when you've carried away yourself with the mind, so much so that there is no coming back, you are on the trip of illusion, so much so that there is no connect to the truth, there's no connect to life anymore. That is what is madness in spiritual terms. What are our options then? If that's the case, what to do? Option number 1, let the show continue. Let the madness continue and hope that one day everyone becomes sane, everyone becomes once again healthy, and we are again also, all of us are sane once again. And until then, the mad show continues forever and ever and ever. There were once 2 cows. They were grazing in a field. One of them said to the other, "Hey, you know this mad cow disease that is spreading wildly across these grasslands?" The other cow was completely relaxed, chewing his grass, not saying anything. Then the first cow said, "Hey, you know this mad cow disease? It's everywhere." The second cow said, she finished her chew, and then she said, "You know, I don't care about this mad cow disease because I'm a horse." That's how we have continued the mad show. We don't know who we are, but we are just continuing the mad show. That's option number 1. That's fine. No, it doesn't hurt because everyone else is mad. And the option number 2 is to create a reference point in us where we can see our madness, where we can see this insanity that we carry in us so that we can fix it. Unless we see it, we cannot fix it. There is one point in our daily life, every day, that shows us our madness. We all have this one point in our life, every day. Every day there is an opportunity. When we wake up in the morning, just before we get up, and we have come out of a very deep, restful sleep, in that phase, in that transition of when we have just come out of a very restful state, very restful sleep, and have not yet decided to get up or are not getting caught up in dreams, in that moment of silence, the whole life flashes in front of us, where we see the madness, where we see what we're doing every day. But this moment is so short-lived because we have to get up and get going, so we never pay attention to it. We never let that moment become a contemplation. If that moment, that very first moment when you get up, if you give yourself time, if you give yourself just 5 minutes of contemplating without thinking about your plans, what you have to do during the day, what happened yesterday, just in those 5 minutes of contemplation, when your mind is not in the way, it's at rest, and you are completely aware, in those moments, you can see your madness for the life, and it can be very transformative if you give even 5 minutes during the day. If not, then the way is in meditation. In meditation arises this silence, this reference point in us from where we can once again remain connected to the truth, see our madness while going through daily life, going through different things, see and not get carried away with it. And then there is a way to fix it, to become even more silent. For today's meditation session, I have a very simple mantra to address this madness. It's called Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. You must have heard this word Om so many times in different contexts, from purely getting access to peace to very spiritual, esoteric descriptions of it, even religious descriptions of it. For us, what Om means as a meditator is very simple. It is a neutralizer to all the madness that we have in our head, to all the thoughts, all this uncontrolled inner articulation that is all the time going on in our head. Because if you break down this inner articulation that is all going on uncontrolled in our head, this is nothing but words in any language, and if you break down those words, it sounds. And fundamentally, in any language, there are only 3 primary sounds: A, U, Ma. These are the three primary fundamental sounds out of which, if you combine them, comes out a word Om, or a sound of Om. When you utter this sound of Om, when you chant this sound of Om, what happens is all the energy behind all these thoughts, these uncontrolled impressions, these uncontrolled patterns that go on in your mind, they come to rest, and the energy is absorbed by these three sounds. And for a moment, a silence is created for you. For a moment, you don't go into this madness of continuously thinking and emoting all the time. This is a moment to absorb the silence that is created out of the chant Om. How to absorb the silence? One word repeated 3 times. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti means peace. Shanti means silence. It doesn't have any super specific meaning. All it serves is, when you utter the word Shanti, it indicates that now you should absorb this peace, this silence in your body, in your mind, in your spirit, core, inner being, whatever you want to call that. So very briefly, how we are going to do this meditation. For the first 3 to 5 minutes, we are going to simply be an observer of our own mind. We're going to observe our mind and witness, acknowledge, confront whatever is going on in our mind. It could be lots of thoughts, it could be work-related things, personal things, plans, ideas, whatever it is. Don't participate, don't judge, don't get frustrated. Just sit silently and witness and observe whatever is going on in your mind for 3 to 5 minutes to confront this madness that we all carry in us. Then, for the next 10 minutes, we are going to chant this Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti as a mantra, where with every breath you will repeat with me Om, and when I say Shanti, you can remain quiet and focus on yourself. With every Shanti, you will bring your awareness to your body, to your mind, to your soul, and let that settle, let that become silent. With the first, when I say Shanti, you will bring your awareness to your body. The second time I say Shanti, you'll bring your awareness to your mind and let it rest. And the third time, when I say Shanti, you'll completely let go in silence and let your spirit, core, whatever you refer as your deepest center, also come to full stop, full rest. We'll do this for 10 minutes so that you are completely immersed in deep silence with awareness. When that has happened, would be the third stage for this meditation, which is to do nothing, which is to stop all acts and simply sit in silence with awareness. Without a word, without an act, without a thought, just sit in silence, close your eyes, and let go in silence as deep as you can. Simple 3 steps. First step, observing for 5 minutes your own mind. The next step is 10 minutes of chanting with me, Om. And the third step is to let go and be in silence as long as you like.